There I am. This is Civil Discourse Now. I'm Mark Small. It's August 2nd, 2022. Wanted to talk about security. Now, we can talk about security of elections. That's one concern that people have. We can also talk about how people feel secure. What makes people feel secure? When I was 6 years old, my imagination ran wild. And I thought that there was going to be a giant grizzly bear trying to break into my parents' house in mid-north Indiana. And there was a fishing knife. What it was basically a miniature, very miniature Bowie knife. And I thought, if that bear ever breaks into this house, I'm going to confront that bear. Some people, of course, we were never attacked by any bears. Some people feel that way about firearms. And it doesn't matter. They just want a gun. So think about how you're going to defend yourself with a gun. If you're out walking around, you have a firearm on you, what, you're going to be in a bar? You're going to be in a theater? You're going to be in a library? Where are you going to be? Are you trained to use that firearm? And is there a risk that other people are going to be armed that are going to be bad people with guns? Well, what have we done in our history as a nation to address such concerns? Have we gone overboard and provided everybody with a gun? No, in fact, in pre-Civil War Southern states, dueling was so rife and so frequent that they put restrictions on concealed handguns, because handguns were viewed as being kind of a cowardly way of confronting somebody if you had a concealed weapon. Then post-Civil War, in the Wild West, it wasn't so wild. Tombstone, Dodge City, you couldn't have a firearm. You weren't allowed to walk around with a six-shooter on your hip. So those instances where people were outside in environments where they felt that they needed firearms, or would have, you'd think, they weren't allowed to. And the homicide rates were quite low. So it's 21st century United States. Where are you going to go outside that you feel that you've got to have a firearm, unless you're just going to be a dick? I want a firearm so I can just say, hey, I got this. I want to walk into this hippie. They still have hippies. Hippie like coffee house and say, hey, I got a gun, and make fun of people. I don't know. If you're going to go outside with a gun, you're going into an environment where it's necessary, you have the training. And why would you have to go in there with a firearm? Because everybody else is heavily armed. And excuse me, but people say, well, if you outlaw guns, only guns have outlaws. Look at the advanced countries in the world. Not so much. We're the ones with the mass shootings. So you need a firearm for your home. The last major study that was peer reviewed that we have access to was about 1993 or 1994. It said, it doesn't work that way. You're more likely to kill yourself, a loved one, or hurt yourself or a loved one with a firearm in the home than you are to deter any crime. So that's crap. Okay, well, let's say you don't look at it that way. You just want a handgun or a firearms to defend your home because you want it. When would you use it? I mean, there can be roving bands of robbers trying to break into the home. Most home robberies are technically not robberies, they're burglaries. Burglars don't want to run into people. They want to break in, grab, and leave. So they don't look for people when they're in their homes unless it's to avoid that house. That's why companies sell those timing devices on lights, and they're pretty effective. That's why companies sell burglar alarms. So, got ways of deterring those people. What attracts burglars? Things like cash, which is fungible, or items of property easily fenced, so easily fenced they're almost fungible like cash. And at the top of that scale is a handgun. Handguns are easily fenced. So, it's kind of counterproductive, don't you think? Get good locks on your home, get good doors, alarm system. Make sure you got a timing device when you're not there, and that varies the times. Have neighbors, you each watch your stuff, which is good for safety and medical concerns and stuff like that. Those things all are important. And when we do that, we help deter crime. Also, with fewer guns, we have fewer homicides. And handguns really wouldn't be used to oppose a tyrannical regime. I'll talk about that soon because I just heard of a very disconcerting organization that trains people in weapons, and it's a bad thing. August 2nd, 2022. Mark Small, Civil Discourse Now. There are primary elections tonight, and have a nice evening. Peace, love, happiness, freedom, nanu, nanu, and may the force be with you.